Hey everybody, this is TJR.
This is Superfan.
Where's the little guy?
Grogu, hurry up, you're gonna miss your cue.
He's getting better with his powers. Hey everybody, this is TJR. If this is your first time here, welcome to the channel. If not, welcome back. Record Store Day 2023. We just got back. Say hi, Superfan.
Hey.
And of course, the little guy, we tried to get him to go, but he gave us some excuse that he wanted to practice his powers.
And cussed at us. He cussed at us.
Yeah, I think he was just wanted to sleep. But
well, he was still asleep when we got home.
Yeah. Anyways, though, so we woke him up for the video, and we want to talk about what we picked up. I do, before we start that, want to mention that this year was a little bit different than last year. And this is because in the past, the record store that we always go to for Record Store Day, Porta Sound Records, which is a great little store in Costa Mesa, Orange County, they have in the past always opened at 5 a.m. in the morning. Lineups start real early. And we thought they were going to do that this year. I didn't bother to even ask them.
Look online.
Yeah, I didn't even bother. I just figured they're going to do the same thing. And that was my bad. I should have looked. And so we got there. We were surprised to see that the line was so short. And we asked, hey, when is the store opening? I asked some folks in the front of the line, and they said not till 11 a.m. And we realized, oh, okay, we're in for a much longer wait than normal. It was a very long wait in the line. So at one point, I actually started writing notes for a future video that I want to put out regarding how I think, or what effect I think AI technology might have on music in the future. Wrote down a lot of notes on that, actually. I've been getting asked about that, so hopefully I can get that video out in the near future. We are not the type who get there at 12 midnight, like some people do, but we do get there early. So we realized, okay, we're waiting longer, but because of that, the lineups didn't start quite so early, and we were a lot closer to the front than we normally are. This ended up working to our advantage in one respect, and I'm going to talk about that right now. Prior to going last night, one of our viewers to the channel, James Wilson, who's a regular commenter.
Hey, James.
Thank you, James. Yes, he gave me a heads up regarding the release of Elton John's Don't Shoot Me, I'm Only the Piano Player album. Initially, I was going to pass on getting this album because it was a Record Store Day first release. And with any previous Record Store Day first releases by Elton John, that means they're going to come out later. You know, Sgt. Zippo came out as a Record Store Day first release, but then a year later was released nationally on CD and vinyl. I waited. I was going to do the same with this. But he told me that based on some reliable sources, he had heard that the label had abandoned any plans to do a 50th anniversary release. This year, they did Honky Chateau as a 2 CD set and a 2 LP set. The year prior, they did Man Across the Water as both a big multi-disc box set and also as a 2 CD and multi-LP set. And he had heard from reliable sources that they were going to abandon their plans on this. Now, I kind of thought that was hard to believe because Don't Shoot Me, I'm Only the Piano Player is a very popular album by him. It's one of his classics. And I kind of thought, I can't believe they won't do something. They'll at least, like they did with Honky Chateau, do at least a 2 CD release. Although, according to his sources, they had planned a box set and a 2 CD and multi-disc release set, and they've abandoned all that. Maybe his sources are good. Maybe they're not. I don't know. But it definitely made me think maybe I should get it just to be sure. Also, I should add that with the last 2 anniversary releases, both Madman Across the Water and Honky Chateau, Vinyl Me Please did their own vinyl pressing as well for the anniversary. And I figured Vinyl Me Please is probably going to do an LP pressing. So I would more than likely buy the CD version of either the multi-disc or 2 CD set that they would do, and I'd get it on vinyl from Vinyl Me Please. So getting there early helped because when we got there, we asked them about that particular album, and they said, yeah, we've got one left. So we got that one.
We got the last copy.
Yeah. One thing I will also add about this year's Record Store Day is that it was the most expensive one. Not because I bought a lot more than normal, but per unit, everything was just more expensive.
Well, that's to be expected.
Yeah, everything's gone up. Everything's gone up, and Record Store Day is no exception. But it is a deterrent. I know a lot of people have complained about in the past, Record Store Day is too expensive, it's a ripoff. I've always accepted the fact that it's more expensive because, again, these are limited releases. So, of course, they're going to be more expensive. And I've never been able to buy everything I want. I've had to always be particular. And this year, I looked at the releases and I thought, wow. When they were handed to me as I, picked them up, I thought, wow, this is really expensive. And I bit the bullet and got the ones that I thought I'm probably not going to be able to get after Record Store Day. Just as there are some releases that come out that immediately afterwards, if you, on the aftermarket, you see them going for inflated prices. There are some that get released that go down in price weeks and months later. So I just went for the ones I thought, okay, these are really limited and these are probably going to go up in price, on the aftermarket. And so I'll show you what I got here. So first of all, I think we'll start with the one that James recommended we get, which is the Elton John Don't Shoot Me, I'm Only the Piano Player, 2-disc set, 2 LPs, and let me just go ahead here. Don't Shoot Me, I'm Only the Piano Player, Record Store Day exclusive, 2 LP set on 180 gram red marble vinyl. Includes original album and lyric book, plus newly compiled LP of session demos. So I kind of got this as insurance, and I should add, this was limited to 4,000 copies, which is not a lot.
Not in the grand scheme of things.
No, not in the grand scheme of
things. When you consider how popular...
Yeah, this album has Daniel on it. It has Crocodile Rock. It's got some big hits. And the session tracks, session demos look really good too. Maybe they'll come out with the anniversary release. Maybe they won't. TJR from the future interrupting TJR from the past. I want to add that while I find it hard to believe that they would pass up on any kind of 50th anniversary celebration of this album and release a box set or a double disc set, I do have to wonder if maybe the reason we didn't get a box set for Hunky Chateau is because the box set for Madman Across the Water didn't sell well enough and maybe wasn't profitable. And maybe that's why we only got a 2 CD set for Hunky Chateau. And who knows, maybe Hunky Chateau, the 2 CD and 2 disc set, didn't sell well either. And that might be why we won't see anything for Don't Shoot Me, I'm Only the Piano Player. It's all just conjecture, but you never know. Back to the video.
That's a cool one to have.
I wasn't planning on getting it, but James, because of your little warning, I got it. And they, according to the store, I was the last one to get it in their store. I got the last copy there. Another one that I got here, the Rolling Stones, Beggar's Banquet. Exclusive limited edition 180 gram vinyl on swirling massive gray, blue, black, and white. Includes replica 11 by 18 poster and original gatefold art. And of course, it's got this Obi strip. I know, big deal, right? Never had it on vinyl before, so I figured, okay, I'll get this one. It's very limited. It's exclusive. It's, we'll just get this one. I'm sure this will get released on vinyl in other reissues, but I decided to go with this. This next one here, actually, this is not mine. This, Robert asked me to pick this up for him because he's at Coachella this weekend. And he said, they have a Record Store Day booth there, but at Coachella, if I buy a record there, what do I do in the meantime? I'm out there in the hot sun, and I totally get his point. And he only wanted this one item. So I said, I'll he said, just pick it up for me. If you see it, I'll pay you back. And so this is Robert's album, Blur, the Special Collector's Edition, individually numbered and signed by hand with platinum. I don't know what they mean by with platinum, but it's number 877. It doesn't say of what. I didn't check to see how many they're making of these, but it's number 877. And so got this one for Robert. Robert, if you're watching, we got it for you. You owe me, dude. I'll be collecting soon. Anyways, though, that is Blur.
You know where he lives.
I know where he lives, yeah. So here we go. Poor Robert. This last one here is a Record Store Day first release, not an exclusive. So why did I get this one? Normally I pass on these. This is Norah Jones' Little Broken Hearts live.
Because she's your girlfriend. That's why.
I love her. I do love her. It has been so great watching Norah Jones progress as an artist over the years. I did a video for her for the patrons where I talked about her a little bit, but I want to do one more in depth where I talk about her here on the channel.
David Crosby was wrong about her.
Yeah, David Crosby was wrong about her. What did he say?
I'm sure she's a nice girl, but I don't think she'll have much more success after the first album.
Yeah, he was dead wrong. And she has grown and changed so much. Her first album, I thought, that's a pretty good album. Nice mix of Americana and jazz. And I thought it's a pretty good album. There's some good songs on there. I didn't think it was a great album, but I thought it was pretty good. But compared to a lot of the female artists that were coming up at the time, I thought she was a real breath of fresh air because
it was different.
Yeah, it just seemed so much more authentic than all these Pop-Tarts that were coming up at the time. She was just so much more authentic, in my opinion. She has grown and changed so much musically. It's been great to watch her advance. Her music has become more complex, more intricate, more varied. And I've really just appreciated following her career.
I do wonder if that comment made by David Crosby back in the day
motivated her
after her Grammy success.
From
the first album.
From the first album. Who knows? Maybe it did put a little fire under her. And, competition is good. But this here, what this is this is the entire album recorded live at All Air Studios. Norah Jones is going to release the album Little Broken Hearts later this year, an anniversary edition. It'll be remastered. The 2 CD set will come with a bonus disc of what's on this album. There will also be a multi-LP release. Now, what I didn't see in any of the advanced materials I read is that just the bonus disc was going to be released separately on CD or vinyl. And I already own the album. I honestly don't think I need a remaster of it. I was just going to buy it for the bonus disc. And since it wasn't being released separately on CD or vinyl, at least not at this point that I could see, I decided, I'd get this because it's Norah and because I love her so much. And anyways, though, so looking forward to checking this one out. I think this is just on standard black vinyl. And anyways, though,
that's something you would have gotten regardless, one way or the other.
Well, I would have, if not for this, I would have picked up probably the 2 CD release so that I could listen to that bonus. I mean, it's going to be on streaming too, but I would have picked up the 2 CD release. But the fact that this is just the bonus material on vinyl, I decided,
what you don't have.
Yeah, I'm going to get this. So even though it said Record Store Day first, as far as I know, this is going to be kind of exclusive too, unless the release plans change. We'll see. But I picked that one up too. So only picked up 3 albums, and that was because prices were so high. And I'm going to ask about this here. I've never been able to get any advance word on what prices will be like for Record Store Day prior. If anyone knows differently, please let me know. But I never know what the prices are. I always know they're going to be more than regular releases. I expect that. But this year was particularly high. And when you walk into a store like the one I go to, where they really handle Record Store Day well, they try to be fair.
The sound is really good.
Yeah, they're really good. They try to get the whole breadth of everything that's coming out. They try to have at least one copy of everything, if not more.
Yeah, the owner has told us they order
Everything. They're not guaranteed, but they order everything. And they also have a policy of one title per customer to basically be a deterrent against flipping. So that's why I go there. And, you know, we saw when we got there, we were still pretty early in the line, and we saw that they had still a lot of copies of the Taylor Swift release, which, of course, Taylor Swift, it's going to be huge. And it was tempting
They
to pick.
had probably 30 or 40 copies.
Yeah. Later, after we were done, we drove down to Left of the Dial Records, which was another store that I wasn't sure if they were going to be participating. Turned out they were. But they had opened much earlier. And by the time we got there, which was afternoon, their lineup was now gone. Whatever they hadn't sold, they had in boxes waiting, you know, you could look through. And when we got there, people were still coming into the stores asking, do you have the Taylor Swift album? And they said, no, we sold out of those, you know, really within the first hour. And one of them did say, we were just at Porta Sound Records and they've already sold out. So it went fast, as to be expected. It was tempting to pick one up because, you know, even though maybe, you know, we like Taylor Swift, but not enough to buy that album, it would have been tempting to buy it and then just resell it, just to resell it. But, you know, that's depriving somebody who really wants it, you know, badly. And so, you know,
it defeats the purpose.
It defeats the purpose of Record Store Day. I did actually address the issue of flippers in a video that I posted yesterday entitled Record Store Day You're Not Entitled. And I've continued some of that conversation in the comment section. If you'd like to visit that, feel free. But that was our 2023 Record Store Day experience. Prices were a lot higher. I probably bought a lot less, but still had a good time. Happy that I got what I got. We'll see what happens.
Grogu's happy he didn't go.
Yeah.
Lazy little
He got to
brat.
sleep in. I get to edit this video now and put it up, and then I'm going to take a short little nap because we were up pretty early. And let us know what your experience was. Let us know what you picked up. Hopefully you got at least the main things you wanted, if not everything you wanted. And as always, if you like these videos, be sure to hit like, hit subscribe, and hit the bell notification icon. Thank you, patron supporters, for all that you do.
You are fierce and mighty.
That is why patron supporters receive exclusive weekly videos not available on this channel. And if you'd like to be a patron supporter, go to patreon.com/TJR the original. If you can't be a patron supporter, we understand. Just click like and share these videos with anyone you think might be interested in them. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.